Howdy partners, I was curious to see how this latest MCU film would fare, and I'm happy to report that the Thunderbolts is definitely above average. This film does not reinvent the wheel of what MCU film formulas are like. Even though our anti-heroes rub each other the wrong way, much like the Avengers initially did with each other, they end up making an unlikely team and save the day. The action is competently crafted, though it still feels weightless and consequenceless. A common and well-deserved MCU criticism. New York City gets trashed once again, and of course the usual quippy humor is ever present, perhaps too present. It feels like the MCU films have an incessant need to constantly make jokes, though luckily they land remarkably well all things considered. And as usual, some of the side characters just don't have that much meaty screen time, though I think personally my least favorite is Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character, who in my eyes is the real villain of the film. Her political manipulations are just so blatantly transparent. But I was genuinely impressed with the emotional depth that this film explores. Yes, emotional depth in an MCU film. Imagine that. Thunderbolts actually uses depression as its primary narrative mechanic in a novel way. Honestly, one of my favorite MCU villains in quite a while, and that darkness is reflected not only in some pretty cool and shocking VFX, but also translates into the aesthetics of the film through its color palette, which is a refreshing contrast in comparison to the super bright and vibrant colors we usually see. And of course, we also get to see Florence Pugh jump off the second tallest building in the world. A very Tom Cruise move, yes, but in hindsight, skydiving into the void is actually a really strong metaphor towards the film's core thematics. So it goes beyond just being a cool practical stunt. So I'd say this is at least a 7.5 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this. And yes, do stay for the credits. If you are an MCU fan, I think you will have a fun time.